Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Jeronica.
This is Tracy T.
And we are
Widowhood and Refreshments.
So why are we wearing t-shirts, Tracy?
Because it's the young people's night. You know how they do in church and you have to wear dress down?
That's what my friends say.
But she representing company.
I'm not trying.
I'm representing my sorority.
Represent the Lord.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
We represent the kids tonight.
You
so
gotta be humble when you represent Jesus. Head down.
How you represent the kids? What you supposed to do then?
Be alert and aware. Eyes behind your head.
What y'all saying now? I heard y'all in there talking. Can I? What's going on, Mama?
That's how it is.
So tonight, kids. Let's talk about kids, Tracy. Let's talk about what did you do? How have you been handling this? The kids.
Well, again, we just come from the first month. So my first month, it was the, I want to say that my kids' counselors told me about the widow, because that's how we met.
Yep.
The widow and children help.
Yep.
And because it was free, like I told you, we look for everything that's free, discounted, and coupons. Come on here, somebody. So I said, I don't want to do this. But then one day, Carmen was tripping. And I wasn't supposed to say her name, but hey.
That's our kids. My son named Jeremiah. Hello. Welcome.
She cute too. So, I know, right? The cheeks and everything. I know. So she was like having a meltdown. And the meltdown was something small. I think it was over some homework that she had in kindergarten. But it turned out like, I'm in my daddy. And I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do with that.
That's the first thing you think of. What do I do?
Because you don't want to be mad at them because they having a meltdown. You know, that's not really a tantrum in that moment. It's something else. And you have to know the cues. You have to know something about your kid to know this is sadness, this is grief versus
I'm just trying to get out of something, or I'm mad, or I want my way.
Right. So when I realized she was really going through it, I said, okay, we're going to go back to that counselor and get the name and number. This time we're going to write it down. And then from there, we're going to see what we can do. So at that particular group, they actually did an evaluation. So they'll have you to come in and do an evaluation. And they'll have the kids go to another table area, and then they'll talk with you. Get some more insight about what happened, what do you want. And depending on that particular non-for-profit organization, because most of them will be that, they will tell you what the next steps are. And that's how we met. We met at one of those groups, and I was looking at her like, I don't want to be here.
She was. She looked at me and sat next to me like, oh, they gonna cry the whole time.
The whole time. I wasn't ready. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Those who need to cry, baby, cry. But it was so many different types of widows there.
So many.
And we're going to talk about those type of widows. And Jeronica and I have different opinions about those types of widows and widowers. So with that being said, it was too much. I was taking in too much of their grief. And I was like, okay, what happened to Jeremy was not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah. Other had more tragic and unexpected deaths.
Absolutely.
That I was like,
some of them had so many children, brand new babies, pregnant while they lost her. And
pregnant while lost. Ooh, child.
You know, you hear that and it starts to make you reevaluate. Now, we're not saying grief is one is less than the other.
No,
we're just saying,
not saying that.
For us personally, it was one of those moments where you're like, ooh.
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness. And then you start to think about it. So as we talk about children and grief, we learn there, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't know before. Kids go through grief multiple times.
Multiple. They have levels.
In cycles. And they can go back.
They can.
To the same level because of the age and because of the maturity and where they start. So if they start grieving at like the ages of our children, 6 and 8, you figure they could hit those same grief cycles over a couple times.
Then,
we're going through it in my household.
I know you are.
I have a preteen.
Because he's 13.
He's just getting there. And so we're starting to see things, and they show in different, grief shows in different ways at different ages. So she's right, around that 6 to 8 age. It's a lot of crying, a lot of I miss my daddy, a lot of oh my goodness. And now there's the acting out. There's the, they talked about me. They said this, and what would daddy say? And you know, what would mommy say, or what would grandma or grandpa say? Because grief, remember we talked about, doesn't have to be the parent. It could be. And what we learn is we're in this group together. It's not parents. It's parenting alone. So it could be a guardian, it could be a grandparent, it
Yes.
could be, a
stepmom.
foster, a stepmom.
Ooh, child.
It could be someone who the kids think of, this was a big
Attached.
one. The kid is with you, then the parent leaves, and then you don't get to see the kids no more.
Ooh. And
That has happened.
Ooh, yes.
Happens a lot because the relationships, and similarly, I wouldn't say I've had that because I've had the choice to see the children.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, by the grace of God, I've never been told I could not see the children.
Mm-hmm.
However, it changed the dynamic if they lived with you, if you were parenting them
Correct.
with your spouse, and they were attached to your spouse, your bonus mom, bonus dad, whatever you call it. And then you basically have a double grief.
Mm-hmm.
You're grieving the loss of your loved one, but you're also grieving the separation out of your house.
And
you're
the
alone
relationship.
in the relationship.
The loss of the relationship that you thought you had.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's another episode. Hear me?
These kids, so as we talk about kids, which we'll continue to have these conversations,
Yes.
because remember those ebbs and flows and those different levels. We encourage you, if you are grieving with children, if you want those resources, if you want to find out about grief camps, which I recommend, my son has participated in those. If you want to know about the grief group that Tracy and I both attend with our children, if you are interested in resources in general, please reach out to us via Messenger.
Yes.
We'd be more than happy to get you in touch. I'm also part of that Facebook group. It's a partner loss group, and I got to make sure Tracy gets it because we do virtual meetings now that we're in COVID.
I didn't even know we're
on a Facebook group and all of that, and she's been out of touch, but I got to bring her back up to speed. I stay in touch just so that we can be a resource to others.
Amen. Thank you.
So I gotta help my own. I gotta help them. But we absolutely think it's crazy. Our t-shirts aren't just because we lazy.
It's not. We tired.
Okay, we tired.
Please understand that we tired. And the reason why we tired is not because we don't have the same opportunity of going to sleep. But like I said, in grieving, you may not sleep. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that melatonin don't hit the spot where you're able to get that sleep. I'm sorry. Did I say it too loud? That's that hormone they say your brain.
Oh, I thought we was talking about. I thought we was talking about the stuff that's in the turkey.
No, that's serotonin.
Oh, Jesus!
It make you sleepy.
Let me get my phone there.
But the thing is, we're trying to say that there's certain things that people do that cause them to release. Ooh. But the thing is, you may not be able to do that all the time. Sometimes you just want to just lay out and go to sleep.
Especially with kids.
And that's hard. And our kids sometimes have nightmares. They have trauma that you don't think about. They have triggers too. Yeah. So what to do with your kids, it all depends on where your child at in their age, in their understanding. And it all depends on the availability that you allow yourself to be entangled with. Yes. We're not going to talk about that word no more.
Entangled. Ooh, don't use that word right now.
But
it's too close.
It's too close. Intersect with or interact with. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we're trying to get you to understand that it's time to reach out for help.
It is. And we will provide some resources. We will continue to provide resources, post on our page about resources. It may be some different tips and things. Again, we are not the end all be all.
No.
We don't know everything.
No, we don't.
We're telling you from our perspective. We hope that our perspective can help someone out there. If it's not yourself, maybe someone else. We encourage you to reach out if you need help or you need those resources. In the meantime, thank you all again for joining in. As we talked about these kids.
And we love our babies. Don't think. They are hilarious.
Baby.
You know, they are hilarious. They keep you together even when you don't want to be together. Like, they'll snap you out of it for a quick second. Yeah. You're like, okay, hey, you do matter. You do exist.
Absolutely.
You know, so just understand that you're not alone. We're not alone. And we're determined to help you as you help us. So that's why we keep telling you, like, share, comment. Let us know how you feel about these videos.
And let us know what you want to hear. If there's some topic or comment or some area you want us to discuss, please let us know in the comments, and we're gonna look at it and see if it's something that absolutely pertains to us, or figure out how we can get you some help, the help you need. We love you all.
Yes, we
appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
We are your sisters.
Come on here,
hey,
somebody.
Girl,
hey.
Thank you again for joining us this evening. And we look forward to our next episode on Widowhood and We-Freshments.
Yes.
I almost dropped my glass.
Don't do that, girl. That costs.